Dear friends, welcome to Learning About. Now this is the second video in the quantitative abilities previous paper series of CGL Tier 2. Now in this video I'll start from question number 16. Question number 1 to 15 you can find the link to that video in the description below. Now the first question here is about equal installments. Compound interest question with equal installment. Now for that you have a specific formula that can be used. So when you have equal installments, you can get back the principal like if by I by where I is the interest, that I is the yearly installment. Now 1 by 1 plus r by 100, okay, plus I by 1 plus r by 100 whole square. Now that's equal to 4400 by 1 plus 20, that's the first year, and the same 4400 second year installment by 1 plus 1 by 20 whole square. Okay, now we can write it like this: 4100. Okay, the first one will be 20 by 21, yes, and the next one would be 400 by 441. Okay, so that will be like 4400 into 820 by 441. The whole thing is equal to if you solve, okay, so it is 82,000. yeah, it's 82,000. Now the 2 years, 4400 into 2, now that's 88,200. now that 88,200 if you subtract like from 82,000, now that is 6,200. that's answer option A for question number 16. The second question, finding the number of factors. See, best thing to do is finding the number of factors. We know 3600 is a perfect square, and perfect squares have odd number of factors, so it's either 45 or 43. Okay, right? And on top of it, this number, okay, 3600 is a product of, like you can say, two perfect squares. Now for that reason you can say the number of factors would be a 4k plus 1 number. See, it will definitely be an odd number. Okay, it will definitely be an perfect squares. Okay, will always have odd number of factors, and since like it is this, it will be like 4k plus 1 number. So answer is option C. This way you can mark the answer. The question is over. Or what is the conventional way of writing? Now if n is a composite number or whatever it is, okay, composite number, prime number, whatever it is, if you can factorize it and write it as a per x into b per y into c per z and so on. Now x plus 1 into y plus 1 into z plus 1 will give you the number of factors. Okay, now 3600. Now avoid writing like this, factorizing like this, it will take time. Now 3600 is an easy number to factorize. So you see 2 zeros here, that means you have a 25. Okay, and you have 36 here, which means it's a multiple of 9, right? And in 2 zeros you have a 4, in 36 you have a 4. Okay, so which means it is effectively, it is 5 square into 3 square into 2 power 4. Okay, now this is 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, so 3 into 3 into 4 plus 1 is 5. So that is x plus 1 into y plus 1 into z plus 1, that's 45. That's the answer that we have already found. Answer for question number 17 is option C, 45. Question number 18. The base of a right prism is given and the volume is given. Then we need the lateral surface area. Now, so lateral surface area, the formula is perimeter into height, and we also know the volume formula. Volume is what? Area of the base into height. Area of the base into height is the volume formula. So we have like area of the base is half into 20 into 21 into height. Now that's equal to 7500, sorry 7560. If you solve for height, you will get height equal to 36. Now if you want the perimeter, perimeter is this 20 plus 21 plus 29, that's 70. So perimeter is 20 plus 21 plus 29, that's 70. So the lateral surface area is 70 into 36, that's 2520. That's answer option D. Question number 18. Now question number 19. So bisector of angle B in ABC meets AC at D. If AB equal to 10 and BC equal to 11 and AC equal to 14, then find the length of AD. So this is it. So this is 14 centimeter, and this is the angle bisector. Okay, now you can use the relation, okay, that is BC by AD, okay, is equal to AB by AD. Okay, so 11 by AC minus AD is equal to 10 by AD. Now 11 by 14 minus AD is equal to 10 by AD. Now if you solve for AD, you will get AD is equal to 20 by 3. That's answer option A for question number 19. Now next question. The average weight of certain number of students in a group is 72. If 10 students having an average weight of 78 leaves and 4 students having an average weight of 80 join the group, the average weight of students in the group decreases by 0.7, and the number of students initially in the group is, see, as I said in the previous video, if you use the shortcut, that is the change in average equal to change in sum by n, okay, it is very easy to do. Otherwise it becomes very difficult, okay, and but you have to know, like you can even get the whole answer without writing even a single step, but you have to do that a little carefully, right? Now what happens first, okay, 10 students, right, whose average is more than 6, whose average is 6 more than the existing average, they leave the group, and 4 students whose average is 8 more than the existing average, they join the group, right? So this is minus 60 plus 32, so effectively it is a loss of 28. It is a loss of 28. Now a loss of 28, okay, it is happening for because of that, okay, so that's the loss of 28. Now the other side, if you look at it, the average weight of the students decreases by 0.7, okay, so for n number of people it is decreasing by 0.7, so n is equal to 40. So which means what, these students, okay, by some students leaving and by some students entering, okay, so these students have contributed 0.7 less than the average, that is for n number of people they have contributed it, okay, n number of people they have contributed 0.7 less than the average, 0.7 less than the average, so the n is 40. Now this 40 is after the 4 people have joined, okay, after the 4 people were joined. Now before the 4 people joined, it was 40 minus 4, 36. Before the 4 people joined, it was 40 minus 4, 36, and before that what happened, 10 people left it, 10 people left, okay, so initial count is 36 plus 10, 46 is the initial count. This whole thing you can do without writing even a single step, you can do the whole thing, right? Now otherwise if you want to go for the conventional method, okay, it is only lengthy, okay, I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just lengthy, that's all, okay, so which means you have to have like 72 into n number of or x number of people, okay, and then 78 into 10, 780 minus 780 plus this 4 into 80, that's 320, divide by the n plus 4 or whatever, okay, or no, n minus 6 or whatever, okay. So that you will get 0.7. So that is a tedious calculation. So I'm just avoiding that and just going for shortcut in a very simple way. Answer for that question is option B, 46. Question number 21. The sides of a triangle are 56, 90 and 106 centimeter. The circumference of its circumcircle. See this question, there are multiple ways of doing it. Now if you are good with the numbers, you know this is a Pythagorean triplet, that is 56 square plus 90 square is equal to 106 square, okay, which means the hypotenuse, that is radius, is equal to half of the hypotenuse. Radius equal to half of the hypotenuse, so which means radius is equal to 53, okay. So which means 2 pi r, the circumference 2 pi r is 2 into 53 into pi, that's 106 pi, okay. That's one way of solving it. Alternatively, there are other formulas also, right? So area of the triangle, using the circumradius, if you want, you can find out like this, like 56 into 90 into ABC by 4r, where this r is the circumradius, okay, is equal to the other side. You can write the s into s minus a into s minus b, that formula, s into s minus e. So that way also you can solve, you will get the same answer. But the quick way to solve is this, okay, where in a right angle triangle, the circumradius in right angle triangle, okay, the circumradius r is hypotenuse by 2. Now if you have to know that, if you have to know that, you have to be good with numbers. You will immediately realize. Otherwise you just go for this the other relationship and get the answer. The answer is option C, 106 pi. Now question number 22. In triangle ABC, perpendiculars drawn from A, B and C meet the opposite sides D, E and F respectively. AD, BE and CF intersect at point P if angle EPD is 116 and the bisectors of angle A and B meet at Q. What is the measure of angle AQB? Okay. Now okay, we'll go for a diagram. Okay, so this angle is 116, fine, and this is a perpendicular. Okay, so this is a perpendicular and this is a, similarly this is a perpendicular, okay. Now if you take like the quadrilateral, okay, if you take the quadrilateral EPDC, right? Now if this is angle at this is 90, now this D angle at this is also 90, the opposite. Okay, okay, let me just leave it like that. Okay, let this be 90. Okay, yeah, this is also 90, it's given. Okay, I'm sorry. This is also perpendicular, so this is 90 and this is 90, right? It's a quadrilateral, right? So if these two are the opposite sides are 180, the other must be 180 as well, okay. The other two, sum of the other two sides at this and this should be 180 as well. So if this is 116, now this is 64, now this is 64, okay. Now what we want is let's say it's the Q point is here, okay, where the angle A and angle B, the bisectors of angle A and angle B are meeting angle A. So this is, these two are equal and these two are equal, okay. So they are meeting at Q, right? bisectors of angle A and angle B are meeting at Q. Then the question is about AQB. AQB, right? Now, see, now half of angle A plus half of angle B plus the angle at Q. The angle at Q, now this is 180 degree. This is 180 degree, right? Now, the other way, if you look at it, this angle A plus angle B, right, plus angle C, this is 64. Now that is equal to 180. Okay, so you get angle A plus angle B is equal to 116. So now half of angle A plus angle B is equal to 58. So angle Q is equal to 180 minus 58. That's 122. That's 122. Now this is one of the popular questions as far as the Staff Selection Commission exam is concerned. So answer is option B, 122. Now let's move to the next question. So next question is a data interpretation question. The given bar graph shows the imports and exports of steel by a country from 2013 to 2017. Now what is the ratio of total imports of 2015 and 2017 to total exports of 2013 to 2016? So see, we should get these things very clearly. See, here it is asked about imports of 2015 and 2017, and here it is exports of 2013 and 2016, right? So these things we have to be careful. So imports of 2015 and 27, okay, so imports of 2015 and 2017, so that's 450 plus 550, that's 1000. Okay, so imports of, then the exports of 2013, that's 330 plus I'm sorry, exports is like 400 and 440. 400 and 440, that's like 840. So 1000 to 840. So 1000 to 840. That's answer option C. 1000 to 840. That's answer option C. 25 is to 21. Answer for question number 23. Option C. That's a very simple data interpretation based question. Question number 24. If the mark price of an article is 800 and it is sold at a discount of 19%, if there is a gain of 8%, then by what percent above the mark price the article was marked? Okay, so see, a 19% discount you can write it as 0.81. A 10% discount you can write it as 0.9. Likewise, a 19% discount you can write as 0.81. Now 0.81 into 200, I'm sorry, into 800, that's the mark price, is equal to an 8% profit, you can write it as 0.8. So 1.08 of CP. Right, now here you have 0.27 common, so this is like 3 and this is 4 times. So you get cost price is equal to 600 and mark price is 800. That means it was marked 200 rupees above cost price. So 200 out of 600 is 1/3, that is 33.33%. 1/3 of cost price. So it was marked 33.33% above cost price. That's answer for question number 24. Now the next question number 25. It's a heights and distance question. From a point exactly midway between the foot of two towers P and Q, the angle of elevation of their tops are 30 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. The ratio of height P to that of Q. So this is another popular question in time, speed, distance. I'm sorry, heights and distances. Now in triangle AOP, right, tan 30 degrees, you can write it as AP by AO. Now that's equal to 1 by root 3, which means you can say AP equal to 1 and AO equal to root 3. Now going to triangle BOQ. Now tan 60 is equal to BO by BQ. Okay, so that is root 3 by 1 is equal to BQ by BO. Right, now what we want is AP by, that is heights, right? So what we want is AP by BQ. This is what we want, right? So from this relation we can write there the ratio 1:3. 1:3, like, so this is 1 by root 3. How I got 1:3 is like we can write this as 3 by root 3. So root 3 is, you know, the other ratio is common. So BQ and so 1 by root 3 and 3 by root 3. So AP by BQ will be 1 by 3. That's answer option A for this question. Heights and distance. Next question, in a circle AB and DC are two cards. When AB and DC are produced, they meet at P. If PC equal to 5.6 cm, PB equal to 6.3 cm and AB equal to 7.7 cm, then the length of CD. Okay, so you know what formula to be used here. So that is 6.3 into 14. Now what is 14? This 7.7 plus 6.3. Okay, that is PB into PA. Now that is equal to PC into PD. Okay, so that is 5.6 into 5.6 plus X. Now next step would be like 63 equal to 22.4 plus 4X. Now solve for X, you will get X is equal to 10.15 centimeter. That's answer option A. Next one, question number 27. Now here we can write this cosecant pi minus cot pi by cosecant pi plus cot pi. You just multiply by cosecant pi minus cot pi by, so multiply the numerator and denominator by cosecant pi minus cot pi, right? Now you will get cosecant square, the numerator will get cosecant minus cot, cosecant pi minus cot pi square by cosecant square minus cot square pi, cosecant square pi minus cot square pi. The whole thing is in root, we should not forget that. Okay, now this denominator is 1, so finally you will get cosecant minus cot theta and cot pi, cosecant pi minus cot pi into, now that will be like 1 plus cos pi by sin pi. Okay. So what is 1 by now 1 by sin pi is cosecant pi and cos pi by sin pi is cot pi. Okay, so finally we are left with 1, option A. Now question number 28. A hemisphere bowl of internal diameter 36 centimeters full of liquid. The liquid is to be filled with the cylindrical bottles each of radius 3 centimeter and height 12 centimeter. How many such bottles are required to empty the bowl? So this is a typical case of, you know, like the volume, two different shapes. The volume in the LHS equal to volume in the RHS. So you can hemisphere, right? So hemisphere 2 by 3 pi r cube. So 2 by 3 into r cube is like 18 into 18 into 18. Diameter is 36, so r is 18. And so this side you have n into pi into 3 into 3 into 12. So if you solve, you'll get n equal to 36. That's answer option B. The next one, question number 29. The 11-digit number 5678 x 4326 y is divisible by 72. Then the value of root 5x plus 8y. See, so 72 means we have to check for divisibility test of 8 and 9. We have to check for divisibility test of 8 and 9. And what is the divisibility test of 8? The last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. If the last 3 digits of a number is divisible by 8, then the whole number, then the complete number is divisible by 8. Right. So you can substitute different values for y from 0 to 9. Right. But here you can easily guess that it is 2. 672 is completely divisible by 8. Now what you have is 5, 6, 7, 8 x 4, 3, 2, 6, 7, 2. Now this total should be divisible by 9. Okay, so we should, what is the divisibility test for 9? The sum of the digits of a number should be divisible by 9. So what is the sum of the digits then? 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 plus 7 is 18, plus 8 is 36, 36 x we can keep it as it is. So 40 plus x, 43 plus x, 45 plus x, 51 plus x, 58 plus x, 60 plus x. Okay, I'm sorry, just 11, 18, 26, 30, 33, 35, 41, 47 and 50. Okay, so it is sum of the digits is 50 plus x. Now what is the nearest multiple of 9? 54. So x should be equal to 4. So x is 4 and y is we already found it is 2. Now what we want is root of 5x plus 8y. So root of 5x is 20, 8y is 16. Now that's root 36 is equal to 6. That's answer option A for this question, question number 29. Now the next one, A, B and C invested in their capitals in the ratio of 2:3:5, and the ratio of months is 4:2:3. If she gets a share of 1,47,000, then 1,47,000 more than that of A, then B's share of profit is okay. Now this question Now in terms of actually this question has been given as a question with the discrepancies. Let us just find out what is the answer that we get. Now 2 into 3 into 5, it's the ratio of investment, and 4 into 2, 4, 3, 2, 3 is the ratio of the months. So totally it is like 8 is to 6 is to 15. Okay, 8 is to 6 is to 15. That is a total of, I mean, we can say the total investments is like 29. Okay, so this sum of this is 29. Okay, just keep it as it is. Now if she gets a share of profit which is 1,47,000, okay, it is 1,47,000 more than that of A, right? So C gets 1,47,000 more than that of A, then B's profit is, okay, now this is 8 by now between A and B, I'm sorry, between C and A 7 parts. Okay, so there's a difference of 7 parts. If 7 parts is 1,47,000, okay, if 7 parts is 1,47,000, then 1 part is 21,000. 1 part is 21,000. Okay, now what is B's share? It is like 6 parts. Now why 7 parts? This is 8 parts and 15 parts, so that's 7 parts. So 6 parts is 6 into 21, that's 1,26,000. So answer is answer option D for this question. Answer option D for this question. So with that 30 questions are over. Now, so in this video I have solved question number 16 to 30. Now question number from 31 I'll be solving in the third video. Now thanks for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel Learning About. Thanks for watching the video.